So today I'm going to talk to y'all about why it's beneficial to take a vacation, and not only that, but why it's beneficial for you to take a vacation to New Braunfels, Texas. Now, Elizabeth Scott from About.com lists some of the upsides to taking vacations. Those include increased creativity, recharging your batteries, and de-stressing yourself, just to name a few. Now, the good news is that there is a place in our own backyard where we can go de-stress, hang out with family and friends, and do it all on a pretty reasonable budget. That's in New Braunfels, Texas. Okay, so my sources, and just to represent someone who is overworked, include the New Braunfels Chamber of Commerce, Elizabeth Scott from About.com, John Marino, Priceline.com, RVDA.org, Expedia.com, and the Ventura County Star. Now, it's no secret that sometimes we all need to get away from the stresses of our lives, get out of town, just go hang out with the ones we love. But in the face of tighter budgets and stronger responsibilities, sometimes it's a little hard to do that. But the New Braunfels vacation is the perfect solution for someone who wants to get out of town and still stay on their budget. On average, Americans get fewer vacation days than anyone in the year, or anyone in the world. Every year we get about 13, and most Americans don't even use the full 13 in an effort to save money and get ahead at work. Now, Henry Ford was also one of the first people who pioneered the idea of a 40-day work week because he understood that people that were overworked were less efficient and made him less money. Now, some scary stats that I found from Expedia.com are that many fear they'll get laid off while they're on vacation. They go by the out of sight, out of mind principle, where if their boss doesn't see them at work, they're not thinking about the good things that they bring to their team. Also, 2 out of 5 people surveyed say that they work more than 40 hours a week, which, as mentioned before, decreases productivity and makes you less efficient and less happy. But on the bright side, 1/3 of Americans surveyed say that after taking a vacation, they appreciate their job more, they feel more productive, and they like what they're doing. So, I bet you're thinking to yourself now, how do I get to take a vacation when I don't even have 2 pennies to rub together? Well, the answer to that is a short trip down to New Braunfels, Texas. Now, average vacations in the United States for a family of 4 or a group of 4 run about $600 for 4 days and night, or $1,600, excuse me. And that's something I got from Expedia.com also. But a trip to College Station is probably going to New Braunfels is probably going to cost you between $10 and $50 in gas, just depending what you drive, and that's for a round trip. Lodging, with all the options they have there, would be between $10 and $200 per night, and you get to stay at a campsite, you can stay at a bed and breakfast, a regular hotel, or you can just hang out in someone's yard. Food there, with all the grocery stores and the franchise restaurants, as well as all the mom and pop restaurants that you see, usually runs between $5 and $30 per day. And then activities range from tubing down the Guadalupe or the Comau, going to one of the many museums they have there, or hanging out at Schlitterbahn for the day will run you between $5 and $50 per day. And then just miscellaneous stuff, things you find to do that you weren't expecting, usually around $10 per day. It's a pretty cheap town. It's, full of cheap thrills, things like that. So looking at the totals, one person for a 4-day vacation, you're looking at least $130, which is a lot better than the $1,600 that most people spend going to crazy places where they won't even have as much fun. In an interview with John Marino, he said that it's one of the only things you can do in Texas where you are literally 2 minutes away from everything in town, but you're still secluded. And he was actually talking about tubing down the river. So you can get out of the river and walk to Johnny Marino's. 2 minutes. And then here's just a picture of all the fun things that you can expect in New Braunfels. These guys right here hang out at all the campsites they just frequent. There's tubing. Just minutes away, there's Natural Bridge Caverns and Natural Bridge Wildlife Safari. There's also Green Hall, Schlitterbahn, and Wurstfest. So, upon leaving this quaint yet modern town, you'll reflect upon the fun you had with your family and friends. You'll remember all the bonds that you made and all the pictures and the memories that were created, and you'll get ready to jump back into your life with an increased vigor and a zest that you didn't have before. So in conclusion, these days Americans need vacations because lives are more stressful, responsibilities are bigger, scarier, and with the economy the way it is, you want to save money. And a short trip to New Braunfels is the perfect way to do that.